graduating class of 2012. My name is Ms. Legros, and with the help of my co-writer, Ms. Thorpe Taylor, I am here tonight to introduce this year's valedictorian, Lakshmi. 776 days. That is how many days were spent in high school over 4 years. Due to scheduling and department changes, as they moved through high school, I moved with this graduating class. As a group of these students spent 424 days with me as their teacher. Our larger group of these students had me for 376 days of their 4 years. Lakshmi fell into this category. In addition, I had the distinct privilege of teaching Lakshmi and 9 others from September to June in their senior year. As all of you can imagine, the rapport with this graduating class was a combination of hysterical laughter, heated discussions, and above all, their collaborative mission of making me laugh until I cried, Willard. As much as I don't want to admit defeat, they won. One as a graduating class, stepping into the next milestone of their lives, one in choosing this excellent candidate as their valedictorian. Lakshmi was a quiet leader at the back of my class. She led by example. She took time to participate in all the aspects of the classroom, whether it was the heated mock forum of mock trials, politics seminars, or joining the class laughter on those days we all needed a little picking up. Her signature gesture was the all-encompassing eye roll, whether it was at herself or in her humbleness after receiving praise. In fact, she did it here on stage as she received her awards tonight. In conversations with colleagues with Lakshmi, I vividly remember the echoes of Miss Weber, who stated she just knew that when Lakshmi walked into the student volunteer program in the library, that she would lead it someday. In the classroom, both her peers and teachers warmly remember her as an asset. Lakshmi never hesitated to help her peers who had difficulty understanding classwork. She was involved in many aspects of her school's extracurricular activities, including SAC, the prefects, and breakfast club. Her work ethic was admirable. She was dedicated and conscientious as a student and set high standards for herself and her peers. She expected excellence in all that she did, and it steered her to leading the SAC in her senior year. As I and the others watched her grow and mature in those 4 years, I couldn't help but think, what was it? What did her parents do to raise a young woman with such poise, maturity, intelligence, and compassion? And how could I raise my own young daughters to follow in her footsteps? Lakshmi, your poise, your quiet leadership, your academic excellence, and your compassion have brought you many awards this evening, and I know it is only the beginning. But now it's time for you to shine as a valedictorian for David and Mary Thomson's graduating class of 2012.
Good evening, distinguished guests, staff, parents, siblings, grandparents, and most importantly, graduates of David and Mary Thomson, and welcome to the 53rd Annual Commencement Ceremony. I am both humbled and honored to represent this year's graduating class. To my fellow graduates, congratulations! As cliche as it may sound, today is a perfect day to say, we finally made it!
Yeah!
But we have to remember that we didn't get here on our own brilliance. There are people in our lives who helped us get where we are today. So we must take this time to thank our teachers who put in those extra hours reviewing materials, answering our unique questions, teaching us not only what's in the textbook, but beyond, way beyond that. So thank you. We have to thank our parents who have nurtured us, held our hands, motivated us, encouraged us, loved us, and today we stand here as graduates, ever so grateful of their help and guidance. Personally, I'd like to thank my mom, wherever she is, and my sisters who love me so much, and I'm so grateful. And on behalf of all the graduates, I know deep down we'd like to thank whoever invented Wikipedia, Google, and the copy and paste tool. Moving forward, I'd like to start my speech by sharing my story of high school. I entered high school in grade 9, went to first day of classes, got lost walking to first day of classes, realized Thomson is literally shaped like a square, took up my agenda and looked into the complicated map, tripped over a kid running to class, finally made it to first day of class. Made friends with some interesting people, got loads of homework, forgot the names of the people I met, felt lost, felt alone, played the clarinet, joined senior concert band, learned how to measure slope, questioned why we had to measure slope, joined START, ran my first beep test in gym class, was the first one to get eliminated on my first beep test. No athletic skills. Memorized the periodic table, found gum on my locker, found gum under my desk, made a few more friends, completely forgot the periodic table. Studied for exams, blinked out in the middle of writing a few exams, started to hate math with a passion. Wrote my first English essay on Romeo and Juliet. Learned that writing an essay the night before the deadline doesn't actually work. Went home, slept like a baby, woke up, before I knew it, it was grade 12 picture day. Had a bad hair day on picture day. Those interesting friends I met in grade 9 became my best friends. Ate cheap halal pizza 2 blocks away every day for lunch. Spent an hour thinking about what I wanted to do with my life. Spent another hour listening to what my parents wanted to do with my life. Spent the next hour watching The Big Bang Theory to relieve my stress. Read the morning announcements. Got tired, so I listened to Issa read the morning announcements. I danced at the SEC Spirit Assembly. Had a brain freeze while dancing at the SEC Spirit Assembly. Made cotton candy at Mayfest. Jumped on bouncy castles at Mayfest and felt like I was 5 again. Blasted Katy Perry songs in the limo on the way to prom with Umar. Danced like crazy at prom. Paused and closed my eyes in the middle of the dance floor. Opened them and high school was over. And before I knew it, I was moving away from what I knew, from what was familiar, to start a brand new venture. But I can never forget what we have accomplished and the memories that we shared at Thomson. How can we forget the multicultural assemblies, the amazing performances at the December Spirit Assembly? The first ever girls rugby team, or the Titans boys rugby team, or the Thomson's girls guys soccer teams, cricket teams, or Mayfest or the TC Carnivals led by Ahmed and Amanda. How can we forget prying our teachers in the face for charity? Excuse. Or the fire drills that ran right in the middle of difficult tests. Even though our high school adventures have come to an end and our new adventures are beginning in college, university, or the workplace, standing here today, I realized that high school wasn't about the tests that we aced or the tests that we bombed. Awards we won or didn't win, the rugby games we tied, the soccer games we lost, the clothes we wore, or the other materialistic values that we gained. But rather, high school was about the mistakes we made, the chances we took, the risks we took, the friends we made who supported us during highs and lows, and the life lessons we learned together as a class. High school was a time we also learned to do very important things that we could never imagine ourselves to do. We learned to text without even looking down at our phones and not getting caught. We learned to sleep in class without getting caught. We've all done that. We learned that sweatpants and hoodies are our best friends during exam time. We all learned to use the line, "We had homework," like a million times. We learned that if Google can't find the answer, then there really isn't a question. We learned that during tests, we should look up for inspiration, down in desperation, and left and right for information. And we learned that Facebook is more addictive than coffee for teachers, the TV, and even Coke, the drink. On a more serious note, high school has changed us so much from the people we were 4 years ago. The point of high school is to go out there in the real world and explore who we are, meet new people, challenge ourselves, move out of our comfort zones, take risks, learn from your failures, learn from your mistakes, your regrets, and live the life the way you want to. We have graduated high school, leaving the comforts of the white corridors and smiling teachers into the real world. But there will be brick walls that will stop us from attaining what we want most in life. But always remember, and and tell yourself that those brick walls are there to challenge us, to see how much we want to achieve what we really do. Congratulations, graduates, and good luck.